Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The winds of change are once again sweeping through Hope Valley, bringing with them whispers of love, loss, and new beginnings that no one saw coming. The 2025 season of When Calls the Heart continues to evolve in unexpected ways, deepening the emotional threads between beloved characters, while introducing storylines that feel more cinematic and heartfelt than ever. Fans have grown used to surprises in this world of lantern-lit streets and heartfelt letters. But this year, the atmosphere in Hope Valley carries a sense of transformation, one that might redefine what home and heart truly mean for everyone involved. In the aftermath of last season's deeply emotional finale, the town is finally beginning to heal. The passing of time hasn't erased memories or heartbreak, but it has given space for reflection and forgiveness. Elizabeth Thornton is rediscovering herself again, not as a widow or even as a schoolteacher, but as a woman who has learned to balance duty with desire. Her connection with Nathan Grant has quietly evolved into something tender and steadfast, though their path forward isn't as smooth as fans might have imagined. The two are learning that love built on patience is more powerful than love rushed by passion. But things take an unexpected turn when a new school inspector arrives from Union City. His task: to evaluate Elizabeth's teaching methods and the education system of Hope Valley. What begins as a formal visit soon becomes a test of Elizabeth's independence. She has always prided herself on teaching from the heart, and the inspector's strict approach threatens that spirit. Nathan, seeing how much it affects her, steps up not as her rescuer, but as her partner, reminding her that Hope Valley stands by those who believe in compassion over conformity. Their unity in this challenge slowly ignites a new chapter in their romance, one built on equality and shared strength. Meanwhile, the Canfields find themselves facing one of the most difficult decisions since moving to town. Minnie has been offered a rare opportunity to run a new educational program for children in the nearby city. It's everything she's worked for, a chance to bring hope to even more young lives. But it would mean leaving Hope Valley for a time. Joseph struggles with the thought of being apart, knowing that his family's happiness might depend on letting Minnie follow her calling. Their story becomes one of faith and endurance, showing viewers that love sometimes asks for sacrifice, not security. Elsewhere, Rosemary and Lee continue to balance their lives as parents and community leaders. But this year, they find themselves at a crossroads too. Lee has been approached by investors who want to expand the sawmill business into a larger operation across the region. While Lee is excited by the prospect, Rosemary fears it could take him away from home for long stretches of time. She's just begun to enjoy the quieter rhythm of family life, and the thought of losing that peace fills her with unease. In true Rosemary fashion, she channels that anxiety into action, organizing a community future fair, a celebration that encourages Hope Valley residents to share their dreams for the town. It's a touching, comedic, and deeply human subplot that brings laughter, small-town charm, and emotional resonance all at once. But not all dreams are so easily realized. Bouchard, after his resignation from political life, has been trying to rebuild his sense of purpose. He spends much of the season grappling with regret over the choices he made, both in love and leadership. Though his bond with Hope Valley remains strong, there's a visible weight in his eyes, a man searching for meaning after ambition has faded. When a traveling writer passes through town and recognizes Lucas's name from old newspaper headlines, she encourages him to tell his story, not as a politician, but as a man who once believed deeply in change. Their growing friendship may mark the start of something profound, yet different from anything Lucas has experienced before. As the weeks progress, the show takes a deeper, more reflective tone. Abigail Stanton's quiet re-entry into town catches nearly everyone off guard. She returns not with fanfare, but with humility. Having spent years away caring for her mother, Abigail brings with her a new perspective on forgiveness. She's ready to make amends to help rebuild the relationships that time and misunderstanding once strained. Her reunion with Elizabeth is tender, filled with tears, laughter, and the acknowledgement that sometimes the heart must wander before it finds its way back home. Abigail's presence also rekindles memories of the past and reignites the hope that the cafe, long closed, might once again become the town's beating heart. A subtle but fascinating storyline also begins to unfold between Fiona and Mike. Their friendship, long defined by humor and flirtation, deepens after Mike receives an unexpected offer to oversee a new communications hub in Capital City. Fiona, having fought hard to prove herself in a male-dominated world, Kay now faces the question of whether she's willing to leave behind the independence she's built for the sake of love. Their tension simmers with realism, to people who care deeply but are afraid to lose the freedom that defines them. Hope Valley itself feels like a living, breathing character this season. The lush cinematography and the quieter pacing of the town's rhythm are more beautiful than ever. The church bells, the laughter of children in the schoolyard, and the glow of lanterns along the boardwalk all serve as reminders that even in an uncertain world, beauty endures. Fans will notice that the 2025 season has a deeper emotional palette, more grounded, more mature, and yet more optimistic than previous years. But the true centerpiece of this year's storyline lies in the idea of rediscovery, both personal and communal. Henry Gouin's journey is the most striking example of this. Once viewed as the town's most complex and morally conflicted figure, Henry is finally at peace with himself, or so it seems. But when an unexpected letter arrives from his estranged son, everything changes. The letter hints at a painful truth Henry never confronted, forcing him to face the ghosts of his past once again. His redemption arc continues in a way that is raw, emotional, and deeply moving. For longtime fans, Henry's quiet moments this season might become some of the most powerful scenes the show has ever offered as the spring festival approaches. One of the largest events Hope Valley has ever seen, tensions rise between progress and preservation. Some residents want to modernize the town's infrastructure, while others fear it will erase its soul. Elizabeth becomes the bridge between these opposing forces, reminding everyone that Hope Valley has always thrived not because of buildings or technology, but because of people who care for one another. Her speech during the festival is said to be one of the most heartfelt moments of the entire series, a declaration of love, resilience, and hope. But just when it feels like peace has settled, a mysterious telegram arrives that could change everything. The message is brief and unsigned, but it hints at something alarming happening in a neighboring town, something that may soon reach Hope Valley. While details remain unclear, fans can expect a mid-season twist that will send shockwaves through the entire community. This development is said to challenge even the strongest relationships and force everyone to question what they're willing to protect. In the midst of all this, Nathan faces a moral dilemma that threatens his future with Elizabeth. A criminal from his past resurfaces, seeking forgiveness and offering vital information about a long-unsolved case. Nathan's decision could either bring justice or tear apart the fragile balance he's built in Hope Valley. Elizabeth stands by him, but she fears the darkness of the past might once again cast its shadow over their happiness, even as the story grows more intense. Moments of humor and warmth remain plentiful. Hickham's comedic blunders at the town meetings, Florence's over-the-top excitement about the upcoming garden competition, and Molly's blossoming interest in writing her own novel. These small threads bring life and laughter to every episode. The show's magic lies in its balance. It lets viewers breathe between the heartbreaks. Toward the season's end, a new storyline begins to hint at the future. The railroad company is rumored to be considering reopening a line that would once again connect Hope Valley to the larger world. While some see it as an opportunity, others fear it could bring too much change too quickly. The season's closing moments are said to feature Elizabeth standing on the hill overlooking the valley at sunset, watching a train's faint whistle in the distance. It's symbolic, a quiet promise that new journeys are coming, and that Hope Valley's story is far from over. The emotional tone of 2025's When Calls, the heart feels both nostalgic and forward-looking. It honors its roots while daring to evolve. Love, forgiveness, and the courage to change remain its heartbeat. Viewers will see characters they've loved for a decade grow in ways that feel honest, earned, and deeply human. Elizabeth and Nathan's story is not about grand gestures this year. It's about small acts of faith that build unshakable trust. Abigail's return reminds everyone of how community can heal even the deepest scars. And Henry's arc teaches that redemption doesn't erase the past. It gives it meaning.